Steven and I had a great time racing downhill over the summer. Throughout the last race, I thought, you know what? I'm going to try and enter a few Enduros in the fall. The first one would be on September 12th, and I went ahead and registered for it. It usually takes me a few weeks to recover from traveling, so this would give me motivation to keep me on the bike. After being off the bike for about a week, I went on a gravel ride with some friends and I realized my cardio was in rough shape. I knew there was an XC race here locally in town, and so I thought maybe that'd be a good idea to keep me pedaling and getting ready for this Enduro. So on Saturday morning, August 14th, I took off from the house and decided to ride to where the race course had been each year, and I would try a few laps on the race course and just see exactly where I was. I got to ride with my friend Michael and Edward, and we actually ran into two local racers, Nixon and Chris. Both of these guys helped us with lines, and I ended up spending some time with Chris talking about getting a computer and a heart rate monitor as a way for me to sort of gauge where I was throughout the race course. On the ride home, I was beat, and it became clear to me that it would take a lot of dedication and work over the next few weeks if I was to be competitive in any way for the XC race. So I came up with a game plan. I reactivated my Whoop strap, I got a Garmin bike computer and heart rate monitor, and I started a food service called Flex Foods. I also ramped up my strength training at the gym, and even though I couldn't always eat the food service, when I did go out, I tried to eat as healthy as I could. So I first started out just kind of doing some of my typical local rides, meeting up with friends, and just maybe pushing the pace harder than I had in the past. This was a ride that I did out part of the race course, but also went over to a section called the Alfred Greenway. And while it was a good ride and it was what I needed in order to be working on my cardio, after this ride, I really decided that what I was going to have to do for the remaining portion of the time was really just focus on the racetrack. One week out from the race, our local mountain bike club, Timba, had a trail work day to work on the race course. This actually ended up being very helpful because I got to spend a lot of time on the actual course, not only cleaning it up, but checking out lines.
Right here.
So from here on out, I would only ride the race course. While my fitness was improving and so was my times, I really wouldn't be able to move the needle significantly, so I spent a lot of time focusing on the actual lines that I would choose and being the most efficient and working with my heart rate monitor. I tried to stick as closely as I could to my recovery and what my strain recommendation was. After the last downhill race at Sugar, my bike
Alright,
was a
got
wreck.
the shock
I ended up
out
having to
and getting ready to
completely
send it to
disassemble the
Roman
bike,
at
send off my
Gearworks
shock, and each
so we
night
can get this baby
after
rebuilt.
riding, I would work on the bike for a few hours because after all, the point of all this was to get ready for my first Enduro race. I ended up having some pretty severe pain in my right foot, so I was able to go and work with Brady at the Science of Speed.
Ratchets engage, huh?
Yeah.
What is that?
That's the I-9s, man.
Dang, that's something right there. Huh, very cool.
Alright, here at Dr. Brady, see if my little pinky toe can get fixed.
He's a delicate flower some days.
Alright, so I came in, my right foot, second and third to the last.
Third and fourth metatarsals.
Yeah, so sort of blistering pain, brought my bike in. So what are we dealing with right now?
So a couple things that we adjusted today. The first one is the placement of the cleat on the foot laterally. Where it is, we've actually moved the cleat inboard a little bit, so it's moved his foot out. But the main thing is to change pressure or displacement of the foot or the force as he's going through the pedal stroke. The other thing we did was brought the cleat back slightly, and I'd be a couple millimeters, to bring it more centered in the metatarsal heads. So evening out pressure across the foot was the ultimate goal with this. So today's ride will hopefully be the ultimate test, and we'll see kind of how everything plays out.
Awesome, thanks man, appreciate it.
You bet, thank you.
I was only able to get one lap in before the rain started. This day would get cut short. As much as I could, I tried to ride during the middle of the day, which is also the hottest part of the day, but that would be the start time for my race run. My times were really starting to improve by now, and I really wish that I had 2 more weeks of training because I felt like I could get better and better based on the results that I was seeing from riding the race course. This would be my fastest 2 laps and pretty much gave me my baseline for what I would be able to accomplish in the race. There's not much left to do now other than to get some rest and be ready to race tomorrow.
What's the last name?
FSC? Herman, H-E-R-M-A-N-N. Sean, right? Yep. Not with a time travel.
Okay, that's fine.
Just regular.
Right, but, so normally you wouldn't have that done. But, I mean, you can buy a license, but I would wait right now. Because I think if you buy it now, it will.
Alright, we're good to go.
All that celebration for nothing.
I'm still celebrating.
I'm not gonna do that, sorry.
Thankfully, both bikes are ready. During the race, I would carry one bottle with Scratch Labs in it and my water bag on my back.
Let's do it.
Always the last one, be ready. All right, here we go. We're gonna get it.
Go, Sean! Go, Sean! Woo! Let's go, Sean! Woo woo! Come on, Sean, you're almost there. Good job.
So I ended up having a problem with my computer, and it cost me in the beginning of the race. I actually fell to the back of the pack, but was able to work my way up to the 6th place position. I learned a lot from this, and I will continue to do an XC race every once in a while. Most importantly, I'm now ready, as I'm gonna be, for the Enduro race.